Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris, Unholy Jesus.
What up, gang? We're back.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Media Hijack, episode 165.
Hell yeah.
Tonight, we got a jam-packed episode. I'm going to be talking about the Voynich Manuscript and the Black Pyramids.
Oh.
What you got, Chris Unholy?
Oh, I got nothing epic like that. I just got some, I was going to talk about this. I didn't know these existed, but called red sprites, which is like this red lightning in the sky. I'm going to talk about it because I didn't know it existed. And they're still relatively new and super rare events that happen during thunderstorms, almost in space. I was going to talk about a little bit about this dude, probably the most evilest man in world history, Henry Kissinger.
Adolf.
Died.
Wait, Henry what?
Henry Kissinger. He was a Holocaust survivor turned probably one of the most greatest genocidal maniacs in all of history. He died like last week or the week before at the young age of 100 years old.
Was this the dude that he was the one that bombed like Cambodia? He gave like the green light to bomb Cambodia?
Yes, he gave the blue. Yes, he gave the green light of Cambodia with like 154,000 bombings. And I was going to explain a little bit about why he did it. And it was stupid as shit and evil. And he did like other atrocities around the world too, including like trying to kneecap the black community or some stuff in America, like putting drugs in the community, working with the CIA, all this shit. But his biggest atrocity was like Cambodia. That's like the main thing he's most infamous for.
Yeah,
but his evil ass died like last week before. So I was going to talk about his crazy ass for a second. So we can send him off to hell. And then I was going to talk about a short story about a guy who stole, I guess people are stealing Android phones. Like thieves are stealing people's wallets and stuff or returning phones to their Androids. They don't want iPhones.
They don't want
crazy shit.
Wait, they're returning the Android phones?
Yes, returning Android phones.
Because that shit's trash.
And also, I might cover that story. Also, I'm going to cover a story about how someone wearing a butt plug almost died. It almost, like, they wasn't wearing a butt plug, and it got shot right into their chest.
Wait, so they put the butt plug in, right? And then it just fucking suction up to his chest?
Yeah, they walked into a specific room where... Yeah, they walked into a... Because we talked about it in the past, too, on the show. At least I did at one time. I don't know if you remember, but how a guy walked into an MRI room with a gun, and a fucking gun went off because they always say, hey, don't bring metal into MRI rooms because it's a magnet machines, and it's going to cause metal to malfunction. And so one guy last year brought a gun into an MRI room, shot himself, and he died. And there's another story of somebody else doing it again, getting shot, and another story recently of somebody having a butt plug in them and in an MRI room, and it almost killed them.
That's horrible.
It's horrible. So yeah, I might cover all those stories. We'll see, but if we got time. But
wait, so the butt plug? Oh, wait, never mind. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started. It's two different.
All right,
stories.
so before we get started, if you guys want to get some official Media Hijack t-shirts, you can head over to the MediaHijack.com, grab you some t-shirts for the holiday, and then don't forget, like, if you guys want to catch us on Reddit and post whatever you guys want, Chris is over there. You guys can post whatever you guys want on Reddit. If you guys got some topics you guys want us to talk about, like, post on Reddit, and hopefully Chris is there to read it. If not, you guys can catch us on social media. We got all the links down there. You guys can message us on social media and then give us topics or whatever. I think we're gonna start doing like a poll. Like we'll give like 5 different topics, right? And then we'll have like people vote on what topic they want us to talk about.
I like that. Take the stress off of us. Shit.
Right, because I saw like another podcast do that, but then I was thinking like our podcast, like we don't really get a lot of engagement. So I was like, okay, that probably might not work for us, right? I mean, I don't know.
We can speak amongst our circle.
We can try.
Yeah.
Because there is people like in the background, like lurking and stuff. You know, they might be like, "Oh, I kind of like that topic on Justin Bieber is gay."
Tell us about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber being allegedly gay.
All right, if you guys want to catch the replay for this live kick video, you guys can visit us on YouTube and catch the replay. And don't forget, like all the audio listeners, we need your help. Apple, Spotify. Oh, by the way, like on Spotify, we have all the videos up on Spotify.
Oh shit!
Not all the videos, but I guess the last 2 videos we have on Spotify. So everything after this podcast, we're gonna have all the videos on Spotify now.
Oh, nice.
So we're up there. Like, we have videos on Spotify now.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Just like Joe Rogan.
All right.
We're there. We're doing it. Just like them, the big kids.
All right, we're here.
Yeah, we're there. All right. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Give us that 5-star. That's all we ask. We got no Patreon. We got no nothing. All we ask is just subscribe and leave a little comment. That's it.
And share, whatever. Whatever you got to do.
Yep. All right, let's get to the main topic, which is the Voynich Manuscript. All right, so the Voynich Manuscript is an ancient and undeciphered manuscript filled with illustration, diagrams, and text that's unknown. Like, the script right now is unknown. They can't figure it out. They can't decipher it. And this dates back to like the early 15th century with a whole bunch of researchers and cryptographers. They're trying to find like the meaning of, this book and the origins of it. And I looked at the book and all the pages and stuff. It does look like, it looks like somebody was trying to like write a book about everything about like they learned on Earth. Like, for example, like with plants and stuff, or with alchemy, or with everything. But the crazy thing is, when like people they try to decipher like the text, nobody could actually figure out like what they're actually trying to say. Like it led back to like people trying to think it's like a Hebrew language, right? And then this guy actually came out and said like, oh, I decipher it like in Hebrew. But then like when the Hebrew people look at his like his decipher of what he did with the book, they're like, no, this is not even correct. Like, that doesn't even make sense, even if it was in the Hebrew language. Mm-hmm. So like, even till this day, because they said the book was written like over 600 years ago, and nobody till this day was able to even decrypt whatever is written in that book. And the book had like everything, like from like plants to like I mean, the pictures, like there's pictures of like damn. There was pictures of like a whole bunch of women, right? Just laying like in a bathtub. There's actually like a lot of pictures of females in bathtubs. So they're like, okay. What's that?
You said of this what you talking about? Like females laying in the bathtub?
Like in that book.
Okay, like I guess like the medicinal herbs, I'm guessing, because.
Yeah, and then they have like a bunch of naked females, like there's like drawn out, and they're like just in bathtubs. There's a lot of females in this book, and this book it was written. It contained like 240 pages, like written on animal skin, and then each of these pages was like it's like a combination of a lot of illustration and diagrams, like with plants. Like the crazy thing is about it, right? It's like the plants that was drawn in this book, it's not even a plant that's on this earth. It's like a plant that doesn't even exist. They're like, oh, what kind of plant is this?
Alien plant.
Yeah, so like there's like a lot of theories about it, like saying like, oh, this might be like an alien that got like shipped off to Earth, right? He's unable to get back to his land, and then all he can do is just write about, hey, back on my planet we had this and this and this plant. That's not on this Earth. And maybe he was writing about like his own planet.
Could be. Oh, so he's from some other. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I was thinking like either he's like a dude who got some alien seeds that he bought off of like a mysterious homeless man and planted it and then took notes, or shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or like, what are you saying? Shit.
Yeah, cause like nobody like really knows. Like there's no like exact like person that that has like knowledge of like these manuscripts, because the only person, like, I guess they name it after this dude. His name was Wilfred Voynich. In 1912 he found a chest in a villa in Rome, Italy, and this is where he discovered the manuscript. The only reason why like they named it after him is because when he acquired that book, right, this is when he started trying to decipher it. And then he gave it to a whole bunch of other people to try to figure out what's going on, like with this book. If anybody can figure out like the language, nobody can figure it out. And then this is where they gave the name, the Voynich Manuscript. It's from that dude that bought it. a long time ago, like in Rome, Italy. And like some people were saying like maybe he made it up, but then like since this dude found it in 1912, right? They're like there's no way like he made up all those stories because they did the carbon dating and then it dated back like over 600 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like okay, like he couldn't have made all that shit up. So it's still like even to like today, it's still a mystery. And then like there's like of course there's a lot of theories about this whole thing with the whole manuscript. Like there's speculation that suggests that extraterrestrial beings, they were the one like proposing that their manuscript contains like information about outer space, but we just can't like decipher it. But they're saying like aliens were the one that written all this information out in this book, and they're saying this like if we're able to decode it, we might know more about outer space or whatever dimension that they came from.
Yeah, right. What is like one of the things too is like it's a because like I'm assuming that something like are there any plants in this book that like I'm assuming that we don't see anymore on this planet, but it's documented as they did exist at one time.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, I was thinking, it's a dumb thought, but I was thinking, like, can plants go extinct? Like, a specific type of plant just, like, die and never come back, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, how, like, creatures can, like, other species can, like, is it possible for plants to die and not be able to come back? Or, I don't know, I never really thought about that to just now, like, can a specific plant go extinct, you know?
Yeah, and that's like, definitely, like, a thing. Like, if animals can go extinct, plants can go extinct easily. Like, let's say, like, one brush fire can kill, like, a whole species of, like, a certain type of plant.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, maybe that book do have, like, plants that existed before here on Earth. And then it became, like, a plant that you can't even grow no more because it's, like, completely gone. Right. Yeah, that's...
A soil all fucked up. You know, we got all types of shit in the soil. Yeah. Because if you, like, look up stuff about, like, the research, like, what they do with soil, man, this soil on this planet is, like, wrecked. It's horrible. This shit is done, man. You better go to like the purest of places where no humans are at to get some good soil, man. So it might be one of them things too. Where...
Yeah, like that's like the thing, like with the the Indian dude Sadhguru. It's like a yogi, and he talks about like how soil like around the earth is like it's so like dried up to where it's to the point where like if we don't take care of our soil right now, our future generations won't be able to grow nothing.
Real shit. The plants need the soil. If you can't get the soil right, then you can't grow shit.
Right. Like it's saying like a lot of the soil is becoming like sand right now. So if like a lot of soil is becoming like sand right now, right? Like dude,
the texture of it.
The future looks grim unless like we do something about it. So like what he did, right? The dude Sadhguru, he talked to every single nation, like he did like a road trip, right? On a motorcycle, he went to every single nation, and then he gave his speech about like, hey, you guys gotta fix your soil, like we're gonna teach you guys how to make the soil better, so you guys can like grow things again instead of like letting the soil dry up to where it becomes like sand to where you cannot plant nothing no more. So he's saying like if you guys don't do nothing, right, your future generation, like 20, 30, 40 years from now, like 40 years from now, they won't have nothing to plant. So there would be no natural plant that's going to be growing like for humanity. And that's going to be the beginning of the end of this generation.
All of us, man. Real shit, because that's why I was hearing all these theories about like, okay, if the soil is starting to dry up or is like contaminated on this planet, that means plants can't grow. And if plants can't grow, our food that we eat can't eat. And then so now that's what they're stuck with, like cloning and all this other shit now that they're trying to like look more into. Like, hey, we might have to find an alternative source for meat because we can't really keep these animals alive if this planet is kind of, it's not suitable for them.
Yeah, it's going to trickle down. And we're going to be at the end of it. And we're going to be like, holy shit, like, we're fucked.
It's all them Big Macs by. I'm just
like eat your McRib now. Enjoy that McRib.
Right.
The McPlastic.
that lab made McRib.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right. I gotta take a leak real quick.
Okay.
We'll be alright. All right, and we're back. All right. So for herbal medicine guide, They said like due to some of the detailed illustration of plants, some theorize that it could be the guide to herbal medicine. But you know, like since they couldn't identify like what type of plants these are, like what they're describing, like the whole thing is a mystery. That's why like this Voynich Manuscript is one of the most like mysterious books that's never been like decoded. Like they can't figure out like what exactly what they were trying to explain in this whole 240 pages book.
So nothing. So it's only 240 pages. That's pretty short
Yeah.
for like something that's supposed to be, you know. I mean,
Big pages.
I was thinking like I was thinking like Bible size. Like,
yeah.
I was thinking about,
I mean,
Bible, but that's a good
but
size
imagine, yeah, but imagine like 240 pages, like of information that nobody ever figured out what it means
All right, true. That's a lot of shit. Then that is a lot.
in over 600 years too.
600 years.
Because if you think about it, in the last just 200 years, how advanced our technology became, right?
Yeah, man.
And this is 600 years ago.
Shit, the last what 5 years? Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so like some symbols and drawings have led to people to think that a lot of it might be related to alchemy, but like all of everything that they even think of, like they don't know for sure, because it could be still like a hoax. This is what they're saying. It could be like an elaborate hoax, because some argue that the manuscript could be like a clever like forgery that's created to deceive like puzzle people who's like that likes to figure out like puzzles. Like it may be like one of those things, like just to trick people, like an ongoing like puzzle, like just like the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, oh yeah, when he's leaving like encrypted messages and
right, and then he leaves it like in a newspaper.
Yeah, it's like the dude that with this, I think it's the Zodiac killer. I think one of the cops or the police want to create like a cipher code just to how to decipher it. I mean, they had like that reinvented the whole serial killing game right there.
Yeah, like that whole thing. Like what he was giving all the information like in the newspapers and stuff. That's like the modern age version. But imagine like they were doing this 600 years ago, right? And they were doing like these type of puzzles they written out like in books and stuff, like a language that doesn't even make sense. But it's just a kid doing like random shit, right? And drawing a random plant. And he ends up making a whole book, confusing humanity like over 600 years later, and we're still baffled by it. But it's just like a kid's project. Hey, make up whatever you guys want to make up. And then he writes this random ass book. But if you look at the scripture, right, because I did get like some of the like official pages where I could actually see like the writing. To me, when I saw it, it looks like you ever see Lord of the Rings?
Oh yeah, I love them. I love that movie.
Like the writing they have like in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, all like the little fancy like cursive. And
right. It looks just like that. Yeah, and it's crazy how like these scholars and stuff, these cryptographers, whatever how you say it, they can't even like decipher, like this type of handwriting. Like it's really that ancient.
Man, they don't even know that they lost. That's why I lean in that theory of like what you're saying, like it might not be from this world, because they seem able to like just humanity as a whole. We're pretty good at deciphering like languages and stuff, even like old like Latin and shit.
Right.
But it gets to a point where we start getting like to like maybe like hieroglyphics, and kind of like they don't know. These pictures kind of depict something, but then there's some things that we just don't know about. How it's otherworldly, man. Like we just
like I think it's gonna be coming down to like where we need artificial intelligence to decode these old writings or messages, right?
Yeah. Like
with the accumulation of like knowledge of like the whole internet, the whole world, the whole knowledge, right? You can probably like encode like or decode like whatever script or language that's from way before. Because like there's this new thing, right? I saw this video where they showed Vladimir Putin, right? And they're looking at the moon landing, and they said like there's like AI technology that can like detect if like a video or image has been altered. And they showed Vladimir Putin like an image of the moon landing, right? And then it shows like the AI detected that the image was fake, and they showed it to his face live. And then Vladimir Putin, he was like, that's interesting, but he didn't say nothing else. All he said was, that's interesting. Which,
because he already knew.
Yeah, because he knew, like, what the U.S. is bullshit with that shit. So, like, when AI, like, determined, like, hey, like, this moon footage, that shit is fake, dude.
Like, I believe the moon landing was real, but if the truth ever came out that it was fake, I straight up be like, yeah, I get it. I get why it would be fake. I wouldn't even fight it. I wouldn't be like, no. I'd be like, yeah, I get it. It was fake. No, it makes sense for it to be fake if it was.
I'm with the same page as you. I believe that we did land it on the moon, but all the footage and video, it wasn't all legit.
Yeah,
but I believe like we did land it there, and it's like some shit like pop off and shit. But I believe like a lot of the images like they had to show to the public, whatever, those were altered. Yeah, like especially like the video where it shows it taken off back up, right? And then like, okay, if someone's video recording it taken off, like, did he get back on the shuttle? Yeah. Was he back on the shuttle, or he's just busy filming?
Because it's weird. Because like,
I wish it was Hollywood.
Yeah, because I'm the mindset of this. Like, if it's fake, my brain automatically thinks of, all right, so you're willing to show us like something so really going to the moon is like a sensitive like information. You're willing to show this to the whole damn world that you landed on the moon. I guess it's a flex. I guess if you want to think of it from that level,
it's a big flex.
But to me, that's like such a huge like sensitive information to that you got to the moon that I can only think that is a lie that you would broadcast. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like right. It's like you just showing like, yeah, we made it to the moon, but like, because it could be the thing of like, yeah, we made it to the moon, but this footage we're showing you is not the real world account of what happened. Something else happened there. This is like our version that would tell you that happened. Maybe they came across like some fucking Transformers or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe like we did went there, but when we did go there, they encountered like something where they're like, holy shit, like we can't tell people this stuff. Like it's too much.
But they know we're here, so we got some video. We gotta give them proof.
Yeah, we gotta give them something. And then like maybe like they're like, no, you can't use this video. It's like you can't use this video. Blah blah blah. And this is like the people on the moon speaking. Like, oh, you can't use this video. And the people like, they're like Neil Armstrong or whatever, whoever it was, like the main guy that was controlling the ship. They're like, okay, we're not gonna use this video. Whatever, we're gonna come back. We're gonna just make up a fake video, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna get somebody in Hollywood to film like the video that we actually did all this stuff.
Stanley Kubrick.
Because like there's like they're saying like, hey, like we did actually land there, but we can't like produce like videos that we landed there, so we gotta fake it.
Yeah, we gotta fake it.
Right, but they did. I believe they did actually land there, but like the videos that they had to fake it just for the public.
Oh yeah. Some of the best lies are the ones mixed up with the truth.
I think that's definitely mixed up with the truth.
We went to the moon, but this is our account. We planted a flag. We didn't go to no alien deals or we can't talk about that shit.
I think they're like, man, you better get your ass off this moon. Don't come back. Don't use whatever footage, whatever. Give me that camera.
Here, give it this.
You gotta yank that shit out.
They're like, we're gonna give you this tape. Play this tape for your people.
Yeah, they're like, no, you guys better. I don't give a. Go back to Earth, make up your own shit. I think that's what happened.
Don't come back.
Yeah, like they did land there, but they didn't have like the real footage, so they had to come back to Earth and then prove like, oh, we landed, yay, we landed.
We planted this flag.
We did it, guys.
And y'all ain't build nothing after that. Y'all build shit everywhere else on Earth. You ain't gonna build shit on the moon unless it was already occupied.
Yeah, what's the deal with that, right?
This ain't no Native Americans no more. This is aliens. You can't be just taking shit now. This is off-world.
Like NASA, you guys don't want to go back to the moon after that?
Man, no, they go past it.
After that successful mission on the moon, you guys don't want to go back, like
they go
more
past
studies?
It every time. This is like, what
you guys want to go to? You guys want to go to Mars?
Mm-hmm. I think we're trying to go back to the moon again, right? Or some shit.
China went there like 1,000 times already.
I think NASA's trying to like prep up like an actual mission right now to like they're trying to send people to the moon again. For what reason? I don't know. I don't know.
Optics.
Is it the annual human meeting with the moon people? Not the annual, but you know what I'm saying, like the 50 years after the 50-year meeting that we have with the moon people. I don't know.
Send your leaders. No, I think the moon people is the one just watching us. So like, if you guys are to send anybody, like, oh, are you guys dumb? Like, didn't we talk about this? Like, don't send nobody here. We're actually here to help you guys. Don't send nobody. You guys are a project, a big project.
Yeah, we're a part of experiment.
You're a project, and you're reaching the end.
The end of it.
The deadline, or the end of the project.
The end of this phase of this project.
All right, so like with the Voynich script, so some people think it's like a lost language. Like they think it's like the possibility that like the text represents a language that has become extinct. And then, you know, that if you think about it, if a language that becomes like extinct, like it also adds to like the difficulty of trying to decipher this. If it's like a lost language, and then if you think like a lost language, right? Like I was thinking like a lost empire. Let's say, for example, like Atlantis, right? A lost empire. Like, would you think they would have like a language that was completely lost, like in translation, and then like anything that's written out, like from like a civilization that was already lost and, you know, of existing, right?
Yeah.
And then there would be like a book that to where nobody in the world can even decipher. Like it doesn't match any language.
I would assume so, because just with us as humans on this planet, we all speak different languages as is. This is just a part of humanity. This ain't even like we all the same human race. If you take out the color, we all the same species, but we all have different languages. So in Atlantis, obviously, I would definitely think they would have like a whole different type of like dialect and language or whatever you wouldn't want to call it. And probably more sound based, probably no pronunciations. Maybe it might be it could be noises, really, like how animals do. Animals communicate with noises, and maybe like how, I don't know, some things like, I don't know, it's like this. Is like, for example, I can understand like Spanish a little bit, or like Mexican a little bit, but I can't write it and really read it. But I can understand like certain things. So maybe certain things can only be, you know, there's like a loss in translation between what you write something for some people and then what you hear and you can see like with body expressions. And I could be like that. So I could be like that. The whole thing I'm saying with Atlanta is like everything is completely different on how they communicate, including in writing. But yeah, I don't see why it would be anything like English. Like they speak like an Englishman with a British accent or anything. They probably speak like some echo shit, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
then they
like
write it,
you
know?
Like they speak like the dolphins and stuff, or would they?
Because sound travels like way better in water, man. Like way better than air. Sound travels far
they use
in water.
that sonar technology.
Yeah, so it's about like
yeah, it bounces off every image, right? Like let's say if you're able to master like a sonar tech, like within your own brain, right? And you swim in the ocean with your eyes closed and you're sending sound waves, right? You could actually feel every single object. You know where every single object is. So you would like react like naturally to like if you're swimming through like a body of water with all these stones and stuff in your way, right? If you're using sonar technology, you're knocking off all these sounds and then you know exactly where all these objects are.
Yeah.
That's like
don't even need eyes,
super advanced technology.
Yeah.
And I think like they like got like some of this technology, like they used it in like submarines where they're able to use like sound location to locate like whatever anything is at.
Sonar, yeah.
Like doo, right? It's bouncing off sound off of objects. So I think they learned that from animals.
Yeah, straight up. Bats use it.
Bats use it.
Let's just say.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like humans. So I realized too, because I remember seeing this a long time ago, but it's like if you look at types of machines that we use in this world, a lot of them originate from like insects or like the design like something like insects or even other like animals that exist out there.
Exactly.
That's what we drew the inspiration from for like machines was like supposedly, this is what I heard a long time ago, was like it's based off of what we seen in nature, like, hey, a bird can fly, let's build a fucking plane. Like, you know, it's all inspired by nature prior. So we mimic a lot of like what nature does a lot, all the time.
Yeah, like one like good example is a Japanese bullet train. How they were designing
Oh
like the
yeah,
nose of the train, right? Like before, like they designed like the nose of the train, like what they thought, like what the engineers they thought was like the best way to design the nose of a plane, and then they shot it like through like the bridge, right, through the tunnel, and as soon as they got to the end of the tunnel, it created like a sonic boom because of the air pressure and everything, and like they couldn't figure out like holy shit, like we created like a sonic boom just from like the train going through a tunnel because it was created like wrong, right? So they started studying like the nose of like this certain type of bird. It's like a certain type of bird, like a blue bird with the nose like shaped like they watch how this bird like flew in the air. Like, if we did that shape design for our bullet trains, maybe it will have like this smooth transaction when it goes through that tunnel. So they redesigned like the whole train, right, to like the same shape of that nose of that bird, and then they ran it through the tunnel, and it was like a smooth like a transition to when the train goes through that tunnel, and there was no sonic boom or nothing. It was just like shoo, like it was smooth from an animal design.
Oh, nature's the blueprint, man. Straight up.
Yeah, that also reminds me of like how like Japan, right? They design like their subway systems, right? They use like mycelium, like the fungi, right? And then
Yeah.
they would put like these like food sources at the major cities, right? It's like a diagram of the city, and then put like they put like the food sources on each city, right? And then they let the mycelium like grow in that whole network. See what's the best way that they can do like the subway system. I told the story before. So like
Yeah, I remember it's
they
coming back to me. Yeah. They based off about how it grows in the ground and
right.
yeah.
So yeah, so they based like the whole tunnel system like by how the mycelium like ate like like the protein that they put in the city, and then they reversed it back, and then they're like, holy shit! So this is the best way we can run the subway system according to like the mycelium network. Like they gave them like a way better diagram of how you should run like a subway system to get to point A to point B a whole lot faster.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
Nature.
nature's already there, man.
Nature, wow, man.
Yeah, we kind of ignore it.
Yeah, we just pretend like we the kings of Earth, but
Yeah, like
man, nature's always gonna be here. This ain't going nowhere.
yeah, nature's like, oh, we've been there before. Like you guys just got here. You guys are
Y'all
still
late.
new. Like we get it. You guys got technology from so and so, your alien brothers.
You're like ants. You guys just build shit.
Yeah, like they gave you technology. You guys don't even really know how to use it
I don't know.
because you guys are still fighting. That's why.
So busy. I really believe that, man. We're so busy fighting that we can't get shit. We can't go forward.
Yeah, with all this technology, like you would think like they'll fix some shit, right? But there's still a lot of like division.
Real shit. Oh, not to go super duper off topic, but I heard that CRISPR just figured out a way how to cure sickle cell anemia. I think is pronounced.
Holy shit!
And black people, CRISPR just got like a way to fucking cure black people from sickle cell, which is a super deadly disease.
Is that why their stock went up a little bit?
I don't know. I don't know. I heard about today.
Yeah,
I was like,
I still
damn.
have like
I was like,
CRISPR
again,
stocks, but yeah, but I feel bad holding their stock because I was like, am I supporting the bad guy? I don't know.
Right?
Yeah,
These are villains.
yeah, it's so confusing, dude.
I think when it comes to science, somebody gotta be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do the unethical shit to make it like, hey, we had to study it.
I think that's the only way it can advance, right?
Yeah,
Gotta break
'cause
eggs.
who's gonna volunteer?
Right. Yeah, you gotta break some eggs.
I hope I'm not the egg, but yeah.
No, the kids are the eggs.
Oh.
My foot fell asleep, but yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so like yeah, the Voynich Manuscript. Manuscript. Alright, so there's speculation that like this manuscript contains like coded political and religious messages like from a specific historical context. So they're saying like the text that's written in this Voynich manuscript might be like political messages and religious messages that was written way back over 600 years ago. to try to control, like, the masses in the future.
You think it like in a good way? Like they're trying to guide us like, with the right hand, and like they're trying.
I mean, if you think about it, like with the Bible, right? Like how many the Bible went through like a lot of revisions, right? The New Testament of LeBron James or whatever. I don't want to shit on the Bible like that. I'm just playing. But you know how like the Bible has like so many different versions, right? So like you would think like, okay, is there like an original Bible, right? To where like the people who want to have control of the Bible, they have to take all the information and then rewrite everything. Meaning that a lot of the real information was like redacted from like the original writings of the Bible.
Right up, I believe that.
Like in order to like fulfill like whatever, what's the word? Like whatever they're trying to like send a message to, or what's the word? Damn. Like whatever they're trying to teach people, like they wanted to teach it like their way, instead of like the way of like the original Bible. It's like their word. What do you
like
call that?
Theocracy, I guess. Like trying to control the masses with. What do you mean? As far as like, you're talking about like as far as I'm teaching people like what they're saying, how it's interpreted versus the reality.
Yeah,
of what
like they give like their way of interpreting like reality or like the real shit.
To me, well, it's like indoctrination is one.
Yes, that's a good word. Indoctrination, like with whatever they feel like is true, or what they want to cut out.
Yeah,
but they don't want to give you a full truth.
Because I've always been like this, man. I was like, man, if Jesus was like a real dude, which I think he was. I think he was a straight. He was a real guy for sure. But like, with him being who he was and how he was basically assassinated and turned into a martyr, why would, since the bad guys won this story, why would anyone after that try to carry on the word of someone who just got killed in a brutal way? To me, in my mind, I'm thinking like, except the Roman Empire was what killed Jesus, because the crucifixion crosses was like an execution style they had back in the day. Roman Empire didn't like this dude walking around spreading peace and love, so it was like, yo, we gotta get rid of him. So they got rid of his ass, and then now here they are. Like now that they control the narrative, it's like, okay, now we can say like what he was doing, and we can kind of control what we want with the people. Because we can't tell him about, we can't tell him about what he was really speaking on. We killed everyone,
Yeah.
So we control the narrative, man. So the victors always control history, man. Straight up, they be worried.
Yeah, that's the saying. The history is written by the winners.
Yes, every time. So I was like, why would I believe anything y'all telling me when the dude y'all went after is dead? It's like, what? Makes no sense.
Yeah, religion is wild, dude.
It's just scary to me. Very scary.
All right, so another thing with the Voynich Manuscript is it's saying that you know how the celestial stars and the star chart and everything, astronomical illustration, the purpose and accuracy of these drawings remain uncertain. But like a lot of like the stuff that they actually drew, like in these books with like astronomy and stuff, like it like links up to like what's actually like in the skies. Oh shit!
These technologies, but I can share with you.
What was that?
Was that our alien overlord?
Intern like fell asleep and pushed the new button.
Fell asleep at the wheel.
But yeah, like there's like a lot of like diagrams like in the book where they drew a lot of like the astronomical illustrations that matches up to the diagram like of like the stars like right now in the sky. And it's pretty accurate. So like the person who ever wrote this book is not just like a child or somebody that didn't understand anything. Like the fact that they had like these stars like correct like in their diagram in the book, it shows you that there's intelligence behind whoever written the manuscript. So it's not random. It's not like no random kid drawing a random, like a random plant or something that doesn't exist. Like if you're drawing like in astronomy, right? If you're drawing like a star system that matches up to like a star system like today, like how we can, you can verify that. Like the book is it's legit. I think the book is legit. Like it wasn't written by no child or anybody. Like I think it's written by somebody who has knowledge like way beyond like what we can even understand even 600 years later.
About how all this shit works. Man,
it's deep.
Yeah, I went to like is it last year? I'm losing track of time. Last year in Chicago, I went to like this planetarium right on Lake Michigan, and you would see like telescopes the size of like a damn room, and there's like, yeah, this is how back then they was able to map the stars and stuff. I'm like, what? Like, how are these people even like keeping track of all this, man? I can barely keep track of my damn car keys, but they was keeping track of stars, how this planet was spinning, and it's a different way. And this is before machines, man. So it's like, how was some people probably want to say like maybe math, I guess, or something. They want to explain it, but it's like, but how do they know this math? How do they know this math works?
We barely know that shit. We got like machines to do like the thinking for us. So like, like minus all the machines and the technology, like do we still know how to do that?
Oh man,
Fuck no.
There's a story I've been trying to like think of the right recently, but I want to be like, it was a story about how the reason why humanity the way it is because cavemen found like a machine and told them every step of the way how to build society and what they need to do. Like it was like a machine the whole time, like a little computer.
Yeah.
Like they came across like a caveman came across a machine in a cave or some shit, and he's like, "Hey, 0101110." It's like, oh, he's telling us to make fire, and they make fucking fire, and they go back every time.
Right,
every night,
but they don't understand how they make fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like we're going through stages like that. Like, hey, you learn how to make fire, learn how to make this, learn how to make that, and then okay, this is how you make it. Okay, it comes to like to the end. Like, how can you explain like this type of technology? For example, like the nuclear power plant. How do you explain how nuclear power plants work, right? That stuff is very complicated.
Hell yeah.
But like somehow like humans were able to like harness like this technology, right, of nuclear power plant, and they're able to create it into a weapon.
And mine it. And mine the shit.
Right. So they're like, what the hell? What the heck? What's going on, humans?
Yeah, we just made uranium. Like what?
Yeah, they went from like caveman to like blowing up half the damn planet up.
Fucking making nukes and still trying to build some more. Like what?
Yeah, it's like you give them like a little bit of candy, right? And then they fucking start a Willy Wonka factory. Like, slow down.
It reminds me of like one of them like telltale games. The video games we gotta make choices and decisions. I feel like humanity got to a point where it was like, save humanity, cure all diseases, make a nuke. It was like we picked the right choice. We know the wrong choice, but we were right. And then we decided to make weapons instead of like making real shit. Like, put money into like
go the right way. Like, no, I think I want to defend myself a lot more. Let's make more weapons for defense.
I don't know. I want to control the sun. Like,
right.
Some nuclear energy.
How can I harness the energy of the sun?
Like, we make the wrong choices every time.
Yeah, like what they call that? Like level 1 planet. What they call it?
Oh, level 1 civilization.
Level 1 civilization. When you actually control, you could harness the power of the sun, which I think like what we actually did. So I think we're labeled like a level 1 civilization, right? Because like level 2 would be like harnessing the power of stars or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think level 1 is still like you still trying to get off of like the planet, like but we're creating like a system here, but we can't even get off the planet. Level 2 might be like, okay, space exploration, or maybe crossing other dimensions, and then kind of or whatever it is kind of like the next step after we get off Earth.
Right.
I would like if we land on Mars, that would be like, all right, maybe like a type 2, because now we're basically just like
exploring space,
conquering Mars, but
yeah,
we're like, just in space.
It should be like an easy way for us like to go to Mars, like not using like a whole bunch of rocket ships, right? Like I think we should advance more to where we can travel between spaces, like cutting through like reality.
Yeah, I say, hey,
I think they've been dabbling with that.
Interstellar did that shit perfectly.
Yeah.
They was using like what black hole. Actually, I think they was using no. They weren't punching a hole in reality. I think Interstellar was like they had a ship that was being slingshot across the galaxy,
Right.
through like with black holes. Like black hole, they were using black holes to pull them. Damn, that was fucking bullshit, man. But yeah, like we got forgot faster way than rocket fuel. That shit's trash. It's just the shit. If we can't realize this is even like fuel and gas and all shit is like even turning up our planet, we need to figure out a better way to just how to move in general, even off this planet. Like
Right. Like the whole slingshot effect, right? Like
yeah.
they were saying like there was like this tic tac object like, in space, right? A long time ago, I don't know, maybe a few years ago, where it actually uses like the Earth gravitational pull like as a slingshot to slingshot itself to pull itself like a whole lot faster into like whatever they're trying to go. But they did use it at the gravitational pull, the whole slingshot effect, and that was real. That was documented by NASA and everything, and they're wondering they're wondering like if this tic tac whatever object, I think they call it like a muamua, is some type of Hawaiian name that they gave it because it was like some type of rock, but it was shaped like a tic tac, and it was able to slingshot itself like through our atmosphere and everything to get to whatever location they're trying to travel to. And they believe that it was manned by something intelligent. It wasn't, just a rock. It was manned by something intelligent. Because you don't just do that. Yeah.
The best way to get around, man. Fuck, man, that fuel shit is stupid. That never made sense to me.
Yeah, that's why like when Elon was doing the whole SpaceX stuff, like still using stuff with a lot of, rocket fuel.
I was like, why, man?
Yeah,
like they got satellites.
We're not monkeys no more. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got like satellites that like go around our planet, and then when they try to send off to space, it goes like around Earth, and then like somehow like it'll create they try to put it on a path to where okay, whatever we're trying to go to, we need kind of like follow this gravity of pulls. It's kind of like sling a shot through your entire way across the solar system to just get a satellite out there. But it takes a long time though. That's why it took like 11 years to get to Pluto with a satellite. And that's when it was like, oh man, Pluto's actually kind of fucking tiny. It's a dwarf planet. But it took like 11 years for that trip. But it was all because it was slingshotting. Just using planet's gravities and shit.
Yeah. So like the whole thing like what Elon is doing with SpaceX, with NASA, I think that might be some primate shit.
Oh yeah.
It's primitive. It's old school. Like I don't think we should be traveling through space with rockets.
No. I was like, you just wasting money. You spend money on.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I think the government knows that he's wasting all that resources and everything just doing that. Because they probably know the truth, and then they're like, let's just let him do his thing. Because what if we tell him to stop and be like, hey, stop? We actually have technology, like we can just fly through these planets like almost instantly, without like using rocket fuel. Like putting like a bottle rocket on a spaceship. Who does that? Monkeys.
Right? Starting out
Drop
fresh.
the mic. Monkeys do that. Like, we're not monkeys, man. Stop putting bottle rockets on
the space.
Big ass spaceships.
With a Tesla car.
Yeah, like no, don't do not put rocket fuel on anything.
Yeah, no, man, it's stupid. We gotta move past that, and I know we can, man.
Yeah, I think it's just they're not telling him like, hey, we got technology already, but yeah, you can do your thing. Like you're doing a good thing.
Oh yeah, it might prevent all them goddamn ships exploding in space and failure liftoffs and all that, man. Like use something different. It's like I'm gonna have a fuel leaking out and blowing up or something,
Yeah, that's scary. That's dangerous, dude. Imagine like watching your people go up in space, right? In a rocket that's like that's so sketch. Like you just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then they go up in space on YouTube Live, right? Everybody's watching, 10,000 people watching. And then you just blow up in front of 10,000 people.
Probably millions.
Yeah, like the next day, millions.
Millions, man. Damn. Reminds me of that spaceship, like I think it's like in 2002, that one spaceship that took off and blew up in the sky. Horrifying, man. It happened in Florida, man. This is like people's body parts is laying in like other people's backyards and shit, like Breaking Bad or something. It's crazy.
Right. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, real quick.
All right.
Get the intern to wake up because I think we sound a little boring talking about space.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back, and then we're gonna start on Chris' topic.
All right.
Be right back. And we're back with Chris Unholy.
Yes, sir.
Right, so that's pretty much like the end of like that topic where I was talking about the Voynich Manuscript. So like basically till this day nobody has ever decoded none of it. So till this day we don't know what the message is actually. And then on top of that, like this manuscript, the whole book, the original book, is actually in the Yale University library. Okay. So that's where you can actually find it.
Big brain school.
Yeah, the original book is in Yale University.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is legit.
Yeah, it's legit. They got the shit locked up, dude. In a damn chlorine tank or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of earlier too. I meant to say this. That's why, like, because we talking about like how with Atlantis, like how like maybe sound travels, like how sound travels better in water and stuff like that. Yeah. That's why people who have like ESP or that's part of the MK Ultra, they got put in that deprivation tank because water helps with even with the sound waves. Because we talk about the car keys and keys and heads. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It's all like the whole water is weird, man. Water is like the key to a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, because like basically like a lot of nature is made up of water. Like us, like we're 70% water. Like a tree, how many percent of a tree is water?
Yeah.
Plants, how many percent of a plant is water? So everything is based on like water. Water is like the building structure of basically like life.
Yeah, this is what like even with like NASA scientists, when they go out searching for planets, the first thing to look for is water, because they say that's like the basic structure of all life. No matter like as far as our knowledge goes on how life is supposed to thrive, everything starts with water, no matter what. So that's why they always like go to water, like the other planets. They look like, okay, there's ice crystals on this planet filled with methane. That means there might be some water on this planet somewhere, because that means life always starts from water. Everything. So,
exactly.
It's like an incubator for us, I guess, for all life. So.
That's the start of everything.
Oh, yeah. All right, let me get started on my topic. Sorry. Because I just remember what I was wanting to say earlier and I forgot that quick.
That's like my brain. Like a damn...
just goes off. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Buff up. All right, so let's see. All right, so the thing I was going to talk about tonight was red sprites, or also referred to as like red lightning, red storms, bunch of names for it I was coming across, but it's this natural phenomenon that happens like above, like in the Earth's atmosphere, about 80 kilometers, which is like, for us people who can't seem to understand kilometers like myself, it's 50 miles above the Earth. I think they said like roughly 40 to 50 miles above Earth is where these storms happen. It says in the mesosphere and account for only 5% of all lightning phenomenons. So like on a global scale, this only happens like 5% of the time, which is like fucking crazy, super rare, especially considering like how if you see how storms are in the ocean, which is where like lightning storms, thunderstorms are the most strongest, because it's basically just being fed off each other. And a lot of storms in and of themselves start from the ocean and work their way to land, like hurricanes and stuff, tropical storms obviously. So storms usually be busting out there in the damn seas, and even with all how crazy those storms are, these red sprites are still like 5% of all like lightning storms. So that's like hella rare. It says, in fact, red sprites were only the first photographed in 1989. So still pretty. Yeah, this is still new. The scientists just discovered like, whoa, what the hell is this red lightning in the sky? Since 1989 was when it was first photographed. It says, like regular lightning strikes, the sprites occur following a buildup of electrical charges in clouds. The eerie red color occurs as the charge meets nitrogen in the Earth's atmosphere, and that's why it gives it that little fiery look, I guess, like because like the heat and everything and nitrogen hitting together just turns red. So basically, these are like outer space lightning storms because there's nowhere near Earth, and even if you're on Earth, you can't really look up and see it because the guy who got the recording of this, his name's Andreas Morgensen, and he's basically he's actually this astronaut on the ISS who was able to get like these camera recording events of these red sprites. I don't know if we want to share that right now.
The video?
Yeah, if we share the video, I guess.
Can we get that video ran, please? Go to video? The first one that says sprites. Okay, here's their video right here.
Yeah, this is a video right here.
It says red sprites in real time over thunderstorms in the SEAC Greece. Blah, blah, blah. So this image you guys are actually looking at is during a thunderstorm, right?
Yeah, it's like it's like getting too hot and they see you catching it.
Right. So you actually see like what they call is like sprites. It's like it's almost like a lightning like in between like a cloud.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's so weird.
It's like a lightning. It's like the source of like a lightning storm. I guess that's
yeah. It's so weird because it looks so like it's it's so foreign. It's like it's lightning between like a lightning, but it doesn't actually get grounded. It's like something that's happening like in the air, like in the clouds. Like from what you're seeing with this video, you're just seeing like a lightning being struck, and it hits like midway in the clouds. That's why it's so like it's a phenomenon. They can't really figure out like what exactly is going on with this. I'm sure there's signs to it, but
yeah, for sure.
Looking at it like without knowing nothing, it looks crazy, dude. And imagine seeing that from an airplane window.
Yeah, and actually, they said like a lot of times you could catch it from an airplane, but they filmed it from space, from a specific angle, like where ISS is at. They filmed it with like a specific type of camera. It's called like an event camera, which according to ESA works more like a human eye than a regular camera, sensing changes in contrast rather than capturing an image. An advantage of these cameras is they can produce around 100,000 images in a second. Because when these red sprites happen, it's faster than the human eye can predict. It's like we can't see it. You have to get a camera that slows everything down 100,000 times an image a second just in order just to pick up its strikes. This shit is like moving. This shit's hauling ass, and it seems like when you look at and I'm gonna try. I'll try to show this too when I do like edit of this and put it on TikTok whenever I get a chance, whatever. But there's a picture I saw and I forgot to send it to you. It's like it looks like a halo in the sky, above, and then that's when the red lightning comes down, and then there's clouds, and then you get like regular lightning. So it's a weird thing. But if you watch the video again too, it says like elves, like
machine elves.
When I first saw it, I was like machine elves. I thought machine elves, but it's like this word. It's called like EVLS, I think it's called, or what's the name of it? I can't find it right now. But it's like it starts with an E, but it's like basically like this halo looking thing where the red sprites come from, hits the clouds, and then comes the regular lightning. But it's like the in between is so quick with that red lightning. It's like you can't see with like really human eyes like that.
Yeah, but then they're able to capture like with a camera, like in the different like shutter speed or whatever.
Yeah, 100,000 images in a second. So it's like, every second is like 100,000 images they've got. Boom, 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 boom. So, and I'm guessing
that's
they probably
so crazy. Like imagine
that's insane.
Imagine what else is going on like in reality if you're able to have like a camera that can capture like all those like speeds of images, right?
Those, you know what I'm saying? What type of shit we could catch within an instant? It makes you think because I know like the shortest, like as far as humanity has discovered right now, the shortest length of time is like a plankton second, which is like faster than a second or a millisecond and all that stuff. Plankton is like the fastest amount of time they can ever compete right now. Yeah, like a human can do right now. And this is as far as like we understand it, like not so much we could see it, but as far as we have machines that can kind of detect that type of speed. And this is one of the things too, is like 100,000 images in a second. I mean, shit, we've been talking about this for how long? How many images was that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Dude, imagine like doing like that type of stuff like in your house. Like if you think your house is haunted, right? And you're doing like these capture speeds of like 1,000 images like per second. And then you see your grandma.
Right, chill in the corner.
And she's like, hey, I'm just trying to have my coffee. Like, damn.
Can you see me? Oh my God.
I'm not trying to scare you yet.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Like if you just put like some goggles that we like the goggles themselves will be shooting images 100,000 times a second, but to us it just looks like regular human speed. But then once you upload the images, you see it, you're like, hey, fuck! I'll turn my head this way. There's a damn ghoul in the damn corner.
That's
I can't
scary.
see. It's invisible.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying?
imagine to have like a VR tech, right? To where you put on the VR goggles, right, and then it's able to distinguish like a different reality, like legit. Like, hey, you can actually see another reality.
Yeah, it'd be like frequencies, man. You're catching frequencies. If you're trying to catch something like at 100,000 images a second, you're trying to catch motion, which is frequencies. And
yeah, like the whole shit would be bouncing off like information like through all the walls, right? And then it actually creates like an image of somebody that's not supposed to be in the room. Like for example, I know like there's like this glitch. I don't know, maybe it's like a glitch or something like with the Tesla cars. If the Tesla car like go into like a cemetery, it would detect like people. I don't know, like if that's a glitch or something.
Yes, if that's I remember that.
Yeah, and then I was thinking like, okay, let's say like that's real, right? And the Tesla car is actually detecting like a ghost or whatever, like in the premise in your whole area that you're driving through. Let's say like there is like a technology like with VR where you're actually able to see, or like not just like with VR, but with your regular phone, where your phone is actually able to detect like people like in the area. If you're doing like FaceTime or whatever, or whatever, like you're doing whatever, and then the filter's detecting like images of people like in the background or something. Cause that's basically like the same thing like what Tesla is doing, like with the vehicles, human detection, right? They're probably using the same technology with, like, if somebody was using like a Snapchat filter with human detection, and they're able to detect like humans in the background, right? Same shit.
Yeah, keep it like that. It's depicting like a facial feature or maybe a heat signature or something. Something.
Yeah, and that's scary. Imagine that, right? You're taking a selfie, and then there's like a fucking. It detects another face in the back, and they put a face filter on. Like, oh my god.
Hell, man, fuck that. It's time to move. I ain't asking no more questions. Fuck that.
That's scary.
It says, it says, among other aims, the study strives to better understand how lightning in the upper atmosphere affects the concentration of greenhouse gases. Because right now, humanity, we're trying to save ourselves right now. Because you're starting to see more and more. A lot of people saying, like, we need to understand greenhouse gases and how all this shit works now. Because I think more and more people start to accept the reality that climate change is a fucking real issue. And so now, like, we gotta really start really digging into this. So, so that is talking about greenhouse gases. Because I'm pretty sure when they first discovered this back in '89, nobody was talking about greenhouse gases. It was like, oh, this is like alien-like or something. So this is like maybe contribute to greenhouse gases as well. So they're trying to study more. But like I said, this has been around since like 1989. So in maybe to humans that's a long time ago, but in reality that was like last week. So maybe if not even that long. So this is still new to us. We'll figure this shit out along the way. But that was it for that story. I didn't really have too much anyway. Because still, like I said, I didn't really do much to talk about with this. But I never knew this existed. I've heard the word Sprite before from like the soda and like maybe like a term for like lightning, but I know man like lightning and like above lightning, like King Lightning, I guess it would be whatever.
So like there's no other explanation like besides like the scientific one?
No, that's all they said. I saw this on IFL Science, so there's like straight science page, and there's all I broke it down to like where like hey, things that heat basically like is this energy colliding in with nitrogen and it's causing like this red fiery effect in the sky, because basically this is lightning in space. That's basically all it is because this is way above anything a plane can go. You get up to a point where like there's no oxygen, so basically it's lightning in space coming down and then hitting clouds and then becoming lightning again, but not as powerful. So but my conspiracy beanie on, I was like, yo, what if it's like a transfer of information? Like somebody is sending a message, information is coming down.
Yeah,
it's like, lightning, and it's being broken down. Like,
yeah,
the cloud filters it to like something. I don't know. Is it trying to communicate something to us, to someone down here?
It could be all random.
So it'll be something crazy. I'm going crazy with it.
I do know something crazy about that, but I never had like a full explanation or whatever, a conspiracy theory about why that happens.
No, I did see a guy on Reddit yesterday. The only conspiracy I saw outside of this, because it's not really a lot, it was a guy on Reddit and he was talking about he's like, hey man, I've been studying weather my entire life, and I never heard this before. Is this a Mandela storm or a process of like, you know,
A Mandela storm
or Mandela effect? Yeah, I read it. I read the whole thread of everybody saying like, some guy was like, well, I used to play the guitar my whole life, and I just learned that this other thing I can do with the guitar, whatever it was, it's some musical instrument or whatever that he never heard of, but he studied instruments his whole life. And he's like, well, but now I know this exists now, but that doesn't mean it never existed before. So, because that's what people were saying against the combat, like this guy saying like, yeah, I never knew about this lightning storm at all. I've been studying weather my whole life. This is new. This is like a part of the Mandela effect. So of course some people pushed it back. Like maybe you don't know everything.
I know it's new, but I wouldn't like you know, like put that into like with the Mandela effect. That's weird.
I didn't really get behind that, but cause I was looking up like Red Sprite conspiracy, and then when I looked up some, I just saw some from Reddit, and I was like, there's not really like conspiracies behind it. Also because a lot of people don't know anything about this, so it's kind of hard to put a conspiracy behind something you don't know about. So
yeah, that's a good one. Because to me, like I saw that a long time ago, and I was wondering if anybody ever like actually research anything else about the whole Sprite situation, because I know it's real. Like from the images I saw, from the videos, I was like, this shit is real. But what is actually going on?
Yeah, because I remember I was like yesterday or the day before whenever I brought it up to you, like, oh yeah, I heard about this before. I was like, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. Now, that's not me saying I'm with the Mandela theory. I'm not saying it at all. I'm just saying like, this is new to me though. I never knew. So I was like, this is kind of fucking freaky.
Yeah, it's there.
But it's so rare though. I can see why a lot of people probably never even knew about this. So because it only happens like out of 5% of the lightning storms, you know.
Yeah, I was actually surprised like you brought up that topic.
Yeah,
like when you sent me the video, I was like, holy shit, how did you come across this?
Yeah, I was like, yes, I was like, okay, let me try to find something for the show. And I got on IFL Science, and it's like just some recent discovery. Well, not recent discovery, but it was up in the topic of like one of the main topics they had on the page. And I was like, oh, let me read into it. And I was like, holy shit, the pictures they had was crazy. So then,
that shit is crazy. Like if you see the videos of it, it's wild. Like you're like, hey, what the hell's going on? It doesn't look normal.
And when you're on Earth, you can't see. When you look it up, you'll never see it, I guess. That's what I'm assuming. You can never see it from Earth. You have to be at a specific height to catch it. See it. Space.
All right, next topic for tonight. So a man went missing in Alaska while he was looking for the Black Pyramid.
All right.
That was good, right?
That's good. I like
that. Suck him in. All right, so Nathan Campbell, 41 years old. He chartered a plane to Corey Lake in Denali National Park in May 27, 2020. So this happened in 2020. And he was aiming to spend 4 months alone in a remote area in Alaska, all on his own. So like he was on a mission to search for the Black Pyramid. And this pyramid, it was rumored to have like a underground power source in Alaska, and it was all like on the internet. They're like, okay, there's like a pyramid out there in Alaska and has like a power source. So this dude, Nathan Campbell, 41, he went out to Alaska to go search for this power source. And when I was reading this article yesterday, it reminded me of like my mushroom trip. You know, I always want to talk about mushroom trip because like it always relates to like a lot of stuff like in life, like later in life, because like there's parts of my mushroom trip where I can't even explain yet until I can reach that area where I can explain to you guys, because it's so deep, you know. But like when this guy was talking about like a pyramid with a power source and stuff, I actually in my mushroom trip I saw a pyramid with a power source like deep within the pyramid. But the power source, it was missing. It was like dark. It was black. But I can see like it was wrapped around and like you know the thing like you go to the museum and it's wrapped around like, hey, you can't cross over. But I saw where the energy source was at, but the energy source was like empty. But I saw where the energy source was at in a pyramid. Whatever pyramid it was, I saw it and I was like, oh shit, there's like an empty power source in this pyramid. So like when I was going through like this story about this dude. He went to Alaska looking for like a black pyramid that went missing. Like this dude, like he went there like not even knowing like like what exactly was gonna happen to him. Like he went there knowing like, hey, it's just like a fun trip, and I'm gonna expose this black pyramid, and I'm not gonna find no black pyramid. But like he came across like a military base, right? The military base was the one they were doing like research with the remember we talked about HARP, HAARP, HARP in Alaska.
Yeah, HARP. Yeah.
There's like a HARP program or whatever. Like he came across like those people who was doing like like research like in that area. So like there's evidence like from like 1992 with the Chinese people. They were doing like a nuclear test that they suggest that there was like a pyramid shape like out there like in Alaska that's like 700 feet like below the interior of Alaska. So the Chinese people in 1992, like they did a test and like, hey, like there's a pyramid like 700 feet below Alaska. Where like you ever heard this before? Like the Chinese people like they discover something like 700 feet below, and they found like a pyramid, like in Alaska.
Not top of my head. I'm trying to I'm going through like my memory bank. I'm like, have I heard this before? Maybe I'm thinking about Antarctica in my brain, but maybe okay. But so what? China was digging into like
China was digging into this like pyramid shit like back in like 1992, like when we were kids, and they were digging in like Alaska, and they found like this pyramid out there. Bobster says, I think Bobster says, "Happy birthday, Judy."
Oh, happy birthday, Judy!
Her birthday's on the 20th, by the way.
What's today? Oh, the 12th.
Yeah,
I guess
Bob's early, but it's cool. Yeah, we can celebrate.
Happy early birthday, though.
But yeah, like this pyramid, like China, they knew about this in 1992. Is that crazy?
92?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
In Alaska,
like,
by the way, Bob. It's Alaska. Yeah.
Yes, happy birthday, Bob. Yes. Happy birthday, Bob.
Yeah, and the dude, the dude that went to go look for it, Nathan Campbell, 41 years old. It was actually like a conspiracy with TikTok and everything. He actually went to go look for this pyramid, right? And now he's missing. He's gone. Dude is done. Like just like everybody else, like in the stories that we talk about, these people, they go missing when they go look for stuff they're not supposed to go look for.
That's why you don't go look for it, man. It's not meant to be looked for.
Curiosity killed the cat.
But somebody's got to do it, though. I do feel like somebody has to, bite the bullet. I don't think nobody should, but somebody has to.
Yeah, he did it, and his MIA is gone.
Went off world.
I mean, like, if we can send like a positive message for like people trying to find the truth, like what would be the best and safest way for people to do this?
In order to just to get to the bottom of to say like
right, if you knew something like really corrupted, right? Like if you knew about a kindergarten like a down the street from you that was doing pedophile shit, how would you do it?
How would you pursue it?
Yeah.
Would it be the local authorities, or what would it be like a personal investigation? Would you go to the school
just call local authorities?
Yeah, like local authorities or 11 Alive News. You know what I'm saying? Because Fox 5 is the one that breaks the heartbreaking shit. They show up at your job.
Yeah, I think like the smart move is just to call the authorities.
Yeah, because I'll be like, hey, contact Fox 5. I got some information to So if you got like an investigative news person there, please can y'all look into this? And they probably might look into it maybe, and then show up at the front door like. Doop, 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 doop.
You know how like the cops knock? They knock like pretty aggressive.
Well, actually, I was thinking more like Fox 5 showing up. The reporters, you know, like when they be busting like, because usually like when they bust like scams and stuff, they show up to people's front door. It's because like regular people calling in like, hey man, these people are like they bugging over here. they scamming, and they show up. Fox 5 will go up to the door, and be like, and they don't answer.
Dude, I remember they called the cops on us like one time when we were playing Rock Band.
Over the,
yeah, like too loud at the apartments. They're like, hey, you guys got a good drummer, but you might want to keep it down because somebody complained about you guys.
Yeah.
Well, then my cousin Cream was like, "Can we do one more song?"
Let's get one more in.
Kyle was like, man, run it one time. Let's go.
Oh, that was like I think that was like the golden era of like gaming.
That was the golden era of like music and games.
I was thinking about it not too long ago. I'm like, man, there's never been nothing like as interactive as that since then, as game wise. We've basically just gone back to sitting down and playing games again.
Yeah, it's not that like interactive no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the whole story with the guy like who went to Alaska that went missing after searching for the Black Pyramid.
Damn.
And it's crazy because the Black Pyramid was like a conspiracy that was made up by like TikTok and YouTube.
Really?
And he went searching for it. But the weird shit is he literally went missing after that. Can't find his body. This dude he's gone.
Not too close.
He got way too close. You know, he saw the owl. The owl was like, ow.
Just saw the owl.
Like, you're none. That's it.
Like that. I would never go no escapade.
Or like you think like he made it to like the end game?
To the what?
Like the end game?
The end game? You think he lived that long?
Yeah, like a cheat code. Like he found the cheat code.
Ooh.
Yeah, he met that final owl. And the owl was like, ow. Okay. Here's what all that shit really looks like.
The truth.
Because I saw that on my mushroom trip, and I don't know if I should tell this, but it got so wild where I thought everything was all fake, right? Everything was fake, and I was gonna drain my whole bank account, everything, and I was gonna disappear.
And go where?
Just somewhere, not here. I was gonna be gone. Like nobody could have find. Like I was gonna be gone.
Off the grid.
Yeah, like completely off the grid. Because I knew the truth, and I was like, you guys fucking played me this whole time. That's what I said out loud. I was like, you guys played me the whole time.
You played me like a fucking fiddle.
Yeah, I was like, you guys played me the whole time. I was like, watch me drain this account. I was gonna drain everything, and somebody stopped me. I don't know if I can say thank God, but I don't know.
Thank the universe. Thank nature.
Yeah, it's still weird. It's very weird. It's very sketch.
If nothing else exists, nature does. It's like worship. I'd be like, thank you, nature, or whoever's out there.
Nature, aka like the damn calculator. It's calculating everything you do and shit, right?
Everything. There was this guy. Did you see this video recently of this dude's house that blew up in Washington D.C.?
No. Oh, you told me about it.
I think I did. That was the last. Damn, I think I did talk about it last week. Whatever. That's old news. It's old news. Never mind. Somebody's house blew up. It was crazy. Some dude lost his fucking mind. Yeah,
so dangerous.
He felt like he was getting too close to the truth, and the cop showed up, and his house blew up. I'm like, was he getting close to the truth? God, y'all say he crazy, but his house got blown up in a massive way, like a bomb went off. So
imagine, right? Like if he really did get too close to the truth, and they blow his.
Man.
They're like, all right.
FBI showed up.
Like, all right, you better stop. It's like, you better stop. Well, we can't blow your house up. And then he was like, man, bet, blow it up. And then that shit blows up.
Because they say he was saying some wild stuff. They say he's saying some wild stuff online, but then, like, the FBI showed up. I was like, y'all didn't send no regular cops? FBI showed up like this man was like he was ready for war or something. I don't know. Very weird.
That's scary. What else we got? That's it for Black Pyramid, by the way.
Got this Henry Kissinger dude right quick I could talk about. Just send him off the hell.
Bob knows about this dude.
Oh, you do, Bob? Yes.
Yeah.
This dude, Henry Kissinger,
Let's hear it.
Fucking awful.
Let's hear it.
Henry Kissinger. So Henry Kissinger, Holocaust survivor when he was a little boy. Him and his family escaped Germany way back when the Nazis were turning the fuck up. And his family barely escaped it, or they escaped it, whatever the case may be. They escaped it and they got to America. But he wound up growing up to be a part of the United States government that dealt with like foreign policies and whatnot and stuff like that. But he wound up becoming like and we may not see it now, like most people may not see it right now in this moment. But history is always going to remember the truth a lot of times, and they're going to be seen like he's the greatest like like the most genocidal maniac in the history of all humans. He's killed countless people. Mm-hmm. A lot of people try to like they want to break it down and want to contribute to like, well, because he went through these atrocities of the Holocaust and then maybe in some kind of extreme way he's trying to prevent atrocities from happening in America. Don't matter. He was mainly just like super duper paranoid during that era of the 60s and 70s. He worked with Nixon, Reagan, all these cruel motherfuckers worked hand in hand with him. Even worked with Obama because Obama gave him a medal and shit like he was a hero. But Henry Kissinger basically been on a campaign for decades, just murdering people and setting up coups, overthrowing countries because the CIA were closest with him. But one of his biggest atrocities, like we talked about before the show, was that his massacre in Cambodia. Now, he went around the world affecting millions and millions and millions of lives. Even here in America, he made attacks on the black community. And there's rumors saying that he assisted in the drugs going into the black community with the CIA. He was working hand in hand with them. And the whole Contra shit. But his biggest, most cruel thing he ever did was with Cambodia. And this is during the campaign in 1969 when, in this weird way, like, because in 69, America was going head-to-head with Vietnam for whatever the damn stupid reason America wanted to do it. And Henry Kissinger thought it would be a good idea to start attacking Cambodia people because he thought at the time where he thought Cambodians was going to start interfering and siding with the Viet Cong and making it harder for America to do what they got to do over there. And so just in case Cambodia stepped in the way, he just started bombing them. And they went on a bombing campaign that dropped 540,000 tons of bombs, and they killed millions of people in the process. And that was along with Nixon. Nixon approved of it. But awful. To completely destabilize an entire country, which caused a lot of people to basically just have to leave. Awful shit. It was like a secret bomber too, because a lot of people didn't know what was going on at the time, but he was the one. And the thing is too, Henry Kissinger, a lot of times, he would just send out orders and be like, hey, generals, do this, and this, and generals would do it. But they said what made Cambodia something especially evil about what he did, he personally picked specific spots to blow up. This wasn't like no military generals doing it. This wasn't anybody lower than them. He didn't delegate these positions or anything. He was specifically picking spots to murder people and dropping bombs. And completely displaced an entire country. Says the fissures from the disaster relief campaign led to 8 years of civil war between Cambodian government and the genocidal Khmer Rouge. Led to this whole other shit that led to another 257,000 deaths. It was awful, but he put Cambodia on the fucking ropes and just fucked it all up. But he died. He lived for a long time, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy because I never know like it tied into that guy.
Yeah, awful. I brought him for the show before too. He's fucking insane.
Yeah, until like recently, like I heard like the dude died like at 100, but he was like the main guy that would. He was the one that he allowed all the bombs in Cambodia.
Yeah.
So like the whole shit is crazy. Like like with the whole war, right? The whole like the situation with like the Vietnamese people and the Cambodian people when they were like fighting like that whole time. Like I was wondering, like, what exactly were they fighting for, right? Because like when I was growing up, like my dad, he was telling me how like the Vietnamese people, like they did Cambodian people like really wrong. Like they fucked up like a lot of shit, like for like the regular like living like with for the Cambodian people, which like my dad said we didn't do nothing to deserve like that stuff. So I was wondering, like, what the hell actually, like, happened, like, with the Vietnamese people and the Cambodian people, Because then when I hear you telling the story with the dude, the Kissinger guy, right, the one that was allowing like the bombing in Cambodia, and who like he did recently died, like what, like 2 weeks ago. He lived a full life, right? 100 years, right? He lived the whole full life. That's so crazy. But then, like,
he lived a longer.
Yeah,
he lived a longer life. He lived a longer life than he gave anyone else a chance to live. It's awful. This man was awful. He lived 100 years too long, in my opinion.
Right.
Like America was at one time, and still in the weird kind of way. America has this weird thing where they become obsessed with like, oh, what's this new culture or something that's going to like destabilize our American ideology? We have to kill it. And doing like the 60s and 70s was like, well, 50s, 60s, and 70s during the Cold War was like the whole Red Scare thing. And so that's when like during that whole era, there was like okay, communism is spreading from China to like Vietnam, and it's going to spread to Cambodia. We got to kill Cambodia. Oh, and that's why like when in one time where America was plotting to like actually go to war, like a nuclear war with Cuba, because they was worried about communism spreading through like Florida, but JFK like nixed it. JFK didn't want it, and then all of a sudden he get assassinated. America got this weird like obsession with trying to like stop like anything from getting disrupted American ideology. Like don't disrupt our brain network, what we got going on. Our indoctrination system we got going over here. Don't nobody get involved in it. And we're trying to stop everybody else around the world from getting like thinking differently. You know, that's why.
Damn, that's so fucking crazy, dude.
It's insane, man.
So you think like America, like they have like the impact like on these other countries like that?
They stabilize
like
shit
as far
right
as
now,
like
man.
with Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, all the Southeast countries. You think like the American government got like a tie in that?
All of it, man. Every little bit. That's why like someone like Biden right now is going like through the grinder with like voters, because more and more people starting to find out like, hey, you're cool with Israel being like this over there. Like America kind of backs up the bad guys all the time and funds that shit a lot.
Funds it all the time.
Usually orchestrates it. Because like the FBI is fucking insane, but you have the CIA, which is way worse. They destabilize governments all around the world, and then we have people coming from other countries coming to here. It's because America did it in the first place, and then people in America get mad that these people coming over here. Well, your government is sending these people out of their homeland, and they all gotta go somewhere, and they come in here, and then you getting mad about. So, what we got? When are the people gonna start holding the government accountable for why these atrocities are happening to these other people? And because now it's gonna start kind of riffs of like, well, we don't want like people south of the border in Mexico coming to America because they're taking all the jobs, they're taking all the spaces. But the government's the reason why a lot of them running up here in the first place, because the shit they were doing in Central America. So America intervening in all that and destabilizing government. So yeah, it's wild, man. America's wild, man. And one of the biggest motherfuckers ever was Henry Kissinger. He was leading the charge on a lot of shit, man. So rest in hell to him. He died at a way too long of an age of 100, man. Evil lives so crazy, like Bob said, right? Evil lives way too long.
He lived like really long, but like who are we to judge that though, right?
Yeah, yes.
I was like, good for him. He lived like a full life while doing all that fucked up shit.
Hey.
Like maybe like that's like his life path. Like he was supposed to do fucked up shit.
He'll be back though.
Hey, maybe I was supposed to do this shit, and maybe I was supposed to let all this shit. I was supposed to allow all this shit to happen. He was like the catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
For something that could be like a whole lot greater. Because if you look at Cambodia right now, right, a lot of it is being owned by like the Chinese regime. Like they took over the whole Cambodia shit, dude. Especially like with the whole casino shit, the whole building, the whole structure, how they're structuring like Cambodia right now, it's all being controlled by
China,
the whole Chinese people.
Yeah, this same thing's happening in parts of Africa where they're taking over like diamond mines. China's like sending in like
the diamond mines.
The diamond mines in Africa, yeah, China took it over now. Straight up, it's crazy. And the politicians of these specific regions in Africa just like handed it over. They're like, all right, cool, because they got paid out, and now China just like runs these whole mines. What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What's going on? Everybody racing for resources. That's all it is. Everybody's racing for resources or a Stargate, something, man. But they're just taking over shit.
I think the Chinese here. Never mind. I'll take a quick break. 5 minutes, and we're back. All right, guys. Next topic for tonight.
Yeah, I got one more topic. It's a silly story, but it's a serious story.
I love silly stories.
So this is a story about why you should never bring metal or anything near an MRI machine. So there's this individual. I mentioned on the show before about how, for some reason, like lately, people have been bringing guns and metal objects inside of MRI machines, which they never should. MRI machines are basically just like giant magnets and shit, and they cause metal and any types of like machinery to like really malfunction within that room. And like last year, I think it was last year, earlier this year, who knows? A guy had bought a gun into an MRI machine area.
Damn.
And
He brought
the
a
gun
whole
he had
gun.
on him went off. Huh?
He brought a whole gun.
He brought a whole gun, and the gun went off and shot himself, and it killed him. Recently, there was a lady who did the same thing, who brought a gun with her around an MRI machine, and she's like 57 years old. It shot her too, but she actually survived. But there's a story. I went down this weird rabbit hole about MRI accidents. And the one I came across was about like and I saw a video talking about this, was where somebody that got near an MRI machine was wearing a butt plug.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like inserted. It was in there.
What exactly is a butt plug for somebody who doesn't know about this?
All right, so a butt plug kind of looks like, is it a teardrop?
A teardrop? But what do they do with this?
Oh, so with the object, if you like, your chocolate starfish stretched out a little bit, you just, you just pop it in there, let it sit, and then you relax, and you just chill with it inside of you. And so somebody went in with a butt plug near MRI machine, and because it was metal, the magnetism of the MRI machine, it actually took it from nicely placed into the blue knot, and it pulled it all the way up to their intestines and into the cavity of their chest.
Oh shit!
Basically, they said it was like a rail gun going off in their body. Like,
was it a magnetic butt plug?
Well, here's the thing. Yes, it was a metal butt plug, but the thing is, the owner didn't know it was metallic. So the owner of this butt plug, where the butt plug went into their chest, is suing the company that they bought the butt plug from, because when they bought it, it was advertised as nothing but silicone. It never said anything about having a metal core. So it was a metal core surrounded by all rubber. But that little metal core it had was what the MRI pulled it up to their chest. But the person that purchased the butt plug didn't know it was metal inside of it. They thought it was all silicone. And so, yeah, they got shot in the chest by their own butt dildo. And
wait, so there was like a something metal that was in it that allowed to sucked up to the chest, right?
Yeah, it was like a metal core. It was a metal core they had, and it was surrounded by all silicone. So the person that bought the butt plug didn't realize it was a silicone core. When they bought the package, they was making sure that it wasn't a metal core in it or any type of metal. They just wanted solid rubber butt plug, and so that's what they purchased it for. And so I guess they walk around all day with thinking it's a silicone butt plug up in them. It's actually a metal core. And they walked into the wrong place and found out that it had a metal core. And it was an MRI room. So it shot the MRI machine, the magnetic pull, made the butt plug go up all the way through their stomach and got in their chest. Now the person survived, but it did serious injury because it just went through everything. It just got to the chest. And
yeah, I would imagine. Right? Like, imagine telling your people about this story.
Yeah. Why are you in the hospital today?
Yeah, because you're basically on deathbed, right? Like, you don't know what's gonna happen to you, and you gotta explain it to your family members.
The doctor said I got 8 hours to live. It's because I had a butt plug in my butt.
Got
pulled into my chest.
That's horrifying and disgusting.
How can you explain that to your family? Yeah, I like my butt played with. That's
right. Okay, we get it. You're gay, right?
Gay. Or it's like something because if I remember correctly, they never explained the gender.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, they never explained the gender of this person because it could have been a female, I think, and maybe been a man. They keep an identity a secret, but
I think females are more clean with it. But could
maybe
be.
they do.
Yeah, they could get messy like that too. Yeah.
I did see an X-ray picture of where the butt plug ended up at in the person's body, it's a side X-ray vision, like a side profile of their body, and it shows like on the side view is like in their chest, like it's just
Jesus
nestled
Christ.
there. This is just like a little, like just.
They went really deep. Too
really
deep.
Too deep, in too deep.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, man. So MRI machines, man. What's up with people bringing shit around it? I don't know. It's a magnet. Stop bringing metal. Don't bring car keys. I've never been in an MRI room. I've never been in one, but I know like the hey, like don't bring metal objects. Don't bring coins, keys, especially a fucking gun. And
Right,
don't bring
like I got a cousin who got shot with like a BB gun, like with the metal pellets, right? And there's like a metal pellet that's stuck in his arm. Still maybe to this day, there's still the pellet still in his arm. Because I can feel it like I think the last time like I hung out with him, and then he let me touch like the pellet gun bullet in his arm.
You still got it?
Yeah, like it's still in his arm. Like then all the muscle like grew over it and stuff.
Hey,
I was like, hey, like what's gonna happen when you go in the MRI machine? It's like, oh, maybe I just gotta tell them, you know, like hey, there's like a metal bullet in my arm, but it's like it's a pellet bullet.
I get it, because some things get stuck in your body, you can't get it out. Like I got a piece of glass in my foot that I never was able to get out, and I just healed over it. There's a tiny
Holy shit! Like,
back when I was in my 20s, I stepped on a piece of like glass and it got stuck in my foot, and I was able to pull it apart. But you know, like how glass like will break off and leave like a little sliver, and it gets even harder to pull out.
Dude.
I had like a really tiny piece of glass. It was like a sliver, and I couldn't get out.
Oh shit!
And I just healed over it, and then it stopped hurting. So,
dude, I got almost the same story like you, dude. I got a glass in my foot, right? And then I let it heal like over, and then it healed over like so much to where it came. Like there's so much calluses like on my foot, right, to where the glass like healed over. I was like, fuck it, and I was still like young. I'm not like adult yet, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get like a toenail clipper, and I'm gonna start clipping this shit out, right? So I started clipping it out, and then I clipped it out to where I got deep enough to where I was able to see what the hell was causing like this pain, and it was like a big ass like a piece of glass, dude. And then I picked it out with the toenail clipper. I picked it out, big ass piece of glass, dude. I was like, holy shit, this is what's causing me pain the whole time. I could barely walk normal and shit. Like it fucked up everything, and I found that it was like that piece of glass, and I took that shit out, and then my foot like healed up normally.
Dr. Waters, like shit.
Yeah. Doctor? What doctor?
Because I was using tweezers to get mine out, and like every time I kept grabbing the tweezers, like I was getting big chunks out at first, but the more I kept pulling, parts were like breaking off. So the tweezer, eventually the tweezer I had became useless. I couldn't even dig it and get the glass. It was like it broke off to a point where the glass that I was trying to get was so deep in my toe. I was like, fuck it, man.
Fuck it.
Eventually,
go to the doctor.
Eventually, my body. Yeah, eventually, like my body either got used to it or stopped hurting, but I just healed over it, and then
that's wild. That's wild, dude. Like if I knew like I couldn't get the rest out, I would just give it. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go to a doctor.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I had to go to work the next day. I didn't have time. I was like, whatever. I can't afford to call off. So.
That's wild.
This is back when I was like. I think this might have been back during like my Fresh Express days. This is how far back that was.
Shit.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Dude, I was just talking about that place today. That place is not normal, dude.
Nah, man. I was telling Melissa about the other day. I was like, hey, it's like we all came up to like the Fresh Express, like we all like funneled through that same.
Even Bob in chat.
Bob, Jeremy, we all came through that shit. Oh, good times. But that's it for that story. Yeah, but be careful with butt plugs. Make sure they got no metal core. Don't go on MRI machines. In fact, save the butt plugs when you're at home. Why you gotta go out in public with it?
All right. I think we're good. I think we're good for the episode.
Good.
Where are we at? Almost 2 hours? Come on.
Yeah.
That's like 3 topics. That's good shit, dude.
Shit. Yes. So what's the schedule for next week? Because I'm working next week on Tuesdays. I have to do Saturdays now.
So what's your off day?
Saturday.
Okay,
Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays.
Are you cool with Saturday episode?
That's cool, man. Yeah. Not this Saturday coming up, obviously. The next Saturday.
Okay, let's take one week off because we're actually taking a vacation. We're going to New York tomorrow. Actually,
what?
Yeah, we're going to New York tomorrow, and we're gonna be there till like next week. So,
okay. When you guys getting back? Y'all be gone the whole next week?
We'll be back the whole next week.
Okay, yeah, I should be good to do it like not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that. So whatever that was, that 23rd, I think maybe. I don't know. I don't know my calendar out. Whatever it is. Can I put on my calendar?
Wait, so you can't do like weekdays no more?
Yeah, my schedule is about to be from like what it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be from 5:30 right now to 1:30 in the morning. Damn. I'm working like a mid-shift. I'm working a crazy mid-shift.
That's wild.
Yeah, then like the first of the year, I'll be working from 3:30 to 11:30 p.m. Yeah, I got like a whole mid-shift schedule right now.
Damn.
It sucks. I'm on a morning schedule.
Wait, we're gonna end this podcast. I'll text you.
Oh yeah. All right. Then. Yeah, because like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the podcast is. Yeah, let's not stretch it out.
Yeah.
We'll discuss this offline.
Yeah, my fault. I ain't mean to bring it up now.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.